Update 1. First of all, I would like to thank everyone who commented with advice and also those who criticized my thoughts and actions. Reading multiple perspectives on my situation helped open my narrow view and, I think, gave me a more balanced perspective. I'm not entirely sure how to write this update, as there's so much information that has been dropped on me, and I'm struggling to put it all into words. It honestly feels like my life has been pulled out from under me, and I'm not sure how to process it all at the moment. A lot of people criticized me for not telling my wife about the latest video, and many of you suggested that I check the EXIF data to see when the video was created. Following everyone's advice, I did both. I first checked the metadata to see the creation date, which showed that it was taken on January 1, 2024, at 1:18 a.m. It was sent to me on January 6, 2024. I kept in mind that people had mentioned the data could easily be edited, so I didn't take the new information too seriously, even though it seemed like a relatively recent video. After seeing the metadata, I sat her down on the couch to talk about the video. I entered the conversation fully prepared, with a list of things to say that I had made with my therapist. I made sure not to make accusations or even let anything I said sound accusatory, and I was 100% prepared for her to blow up at me for not telling her about it sooner. My therapist gave me a guide on how to deliver the information and how I should attempt to give her back control of the situation by offering to show her the video, letting her watch it on her own, and deleting it in front of her when she was ready. I started by saying that I had received another intimacy tape from her ex, then explained when I received it and why I didn't tell her right away or after she returned from her trip. After explaining myself, I asked if she wanted to see the video, to which she said yes. I handed her my phone, and she immediately started the video as soon as I gave it to her, which didn't give me a chance to leave the room and let her watch it on her own. As soon as I heard the audio from the video, I immediately stood up and started to walk to a different room, but she grabbed my pant leg and started profusely apologizing. I told her there was nothing to apologize for, as this was from before she met me, and that I should be the one apologizing for keeping it from her. She asked why I decided to tell her now, and I told her the truth. I was concerned about the due date, and something wasn't adding up in my mind. That's when she lost it. She grabbed my hand and kept saying it was a mistake and that she wasn't thinking clearly because she had been drunk. My heart just dropped, and I knew instantly what she meant by her repetitive ramblings. I told her to tell me exactly what happened, or I'd leave immediately. Long story short, she cheated on me when she went on her trip to France with her ex, the same person who had been sending me the screenshots and videos. They ended up having intimacy after catching up at a New Year's Eve party they both attended. They're from a small town in central France with only a few thousand people, and apparently, they ran into each other at the local supermarket a few days after she arrived in her hometown. My wife and her ex are from the same friendship group, having gone to the same kindergarten, primary school, middle school, and high school, which is how they ended up at the same New Year's Eve party. She also told me that her ex admitted to hacking into her Facebook account to gain access to the intimacy tapes she had made and shared with her other exes. Although calling what he did hacking makes it sound sophisticated, she hadn't changed her password since high school, and he still knew it when he accessed all her accounts. So dumb. She begged me not to divorce her and tried to bargain with me, promising that it would be the only time she'd ever cheat, that she'd be the best wife to me, that I could sleep with any number of women I wanted, and even stooping so low as to offer intimate acts. I said I would only consider staying if she did two things: give me her phone so I could go through her messages and get a paternity test done. She immediately agreed to the paternity test but was more hesitant about handing over her phone. Eventually, she agreed. While going through her phone, I found more evidence that she had cheated on New Year's Day, as well as evidence that she had cheated on me another time, based on her period tracker app. She uses the app to track her periods and intimate activity. All I had to do was check the dates when I wasn't in the same country as her and see if she had intimacy or not. Unfortunately for her, she was very diligent about tracking her intimate activities. At this point, I had already made up my mind about the relationship and decided to leave. I'm currently staying at a hotel and will be moving into my apartment, which I had been trying to rent out for a while. I've spoken to both my solicitor and my wife, and we've agreed to go to mandatory counseling in order for me to proceed with the divorce, which will start in October. We've also agreed to get the paternity test done after the baby is born, and I've arranged for my in-laws plane tickets to come to Australia earlier than originally planned so they can look after their daughter.